Hello everyone, welcome to AAPS Tutorials. Today I'm going to teach you the basics of HTML and you're going to be so excited. With CSS, you have block and inline tags. You can tell the difference by the way they behave. Block tags are like hitting enter in your word processor. They take up a set amount of space while inline tags flow with other content. Let me show you some examples of both. Headings are block tags. There is H1 all the way down to H6. H1 is the most important, but don't forget about H6. Another really common tag is the paragraph tag. It's also block, so it contains only inline elements. You can put a lot of text, pictures, and things like that inside of it. The generic div is a large section of content that tends to be larger than a paragraph. It's used to a group related content together. DIVs were once the most popular tag, but they are gradually being phased out in favor of other semantic markup. Well, you already know what text is, but did you know there are two different kinds of text? Block text is something that takes up a lot of space. It's the same thing as hitting enter after you have written something. Inline text takes up only as much space as it needs. I'll show you an example of each, but remember that some tags are block and some are inline. Some HTML tags have attributes. An attribute is a word or string of characters that helps to define the tag. For example, the source tag has an attribute where you put the location of the picture. The href attribute of the HTML link tag is where you type in the location of the link you want to go to. You can use the img tag to embed an image in your content. The img tag is inline, which means that you can have multiple images on the same line. In order to make the image work, you must indicate where the image is located on your computer. The img tag has a source attribute with a value of image.jpg, which indicates to the browser the exact location of the file on your computer. Images must also include an alt attribute. Alt stands for alternative text, and this is what will appear when the image is broken. This will allow you to convey your message to people who use screen readers or have missing images. The title attribute is a piece of text that will often display when you hover over the image. You can also add a class attribute which might indicate extra formatting or a particular style. As you learn more and more tags, you are going to learn that they have specific attributes. IDs are used to identify a single element. They are extremely useful for linking back to an element. They are most often used in JavaScript and CSS. In particular, IDs are the best way to call a JavaScript function. Style is an attribute that used to be very widely used. It's still useful, but it's mostly used in CSS. Another important element is access key. It allows a user to jump quickly to a certain part of the page just by pressing a key. So let's say you have a big page with lots of stuff in it. You can give someone an access key and they can jump directly to a certain part of the page by pressing a key. Some people navigate your website using only their keyboard's tab button. If this is true of your visitors, you can help them by declaring a tab index attribute on elements on your page. This declares the order in which they will be accessed using the tab button. What if you want to display a bracket, but not as the opening tag of an HTML element? If you are in a situation like this, you have to use special characters called entities. So if you want a bracket, then use ampersand LT. The LT stands for less than. You can also do ampersand GT for greater than sign, ampersand copy. If you want spaces in your design, then use the HTML entity. It's a special character that you type like this, and sign NBSP. But if you want the and ampersand, we have that too. In fact, you can use special entities for pretty much any character or symbol in your text. So how do you realize the distinction among a tag and an attribute? and the key for that are brackets. Finally, I would like to conclude with the following points. First, HTML tags are inline and block elements. ID, access key and tab index add the features to the elements in HTML. Third, special elements can be added by using some keywords in HTML. Fourth, structural elements, form elements, input types, graphical elements and media elements have been added in the new version of the HTML. Hope you liked the video and learned something new today. Thank you. Click the subscribe button to stay updated with our recent videos.